Greetings. As I walked downtown, seeing so many homeless people, I was so moved by the story of one man who simply told me, I asked him why was he out here, and he told me that the cost of living was so high. He said he wasn't out here because of drugs, alcohol, or any type of addiction, but he said his situation was he didn't work for 60-some years. He didn't retire. He has a check, but the cost of living is just way too high. And he said this is one of the reasons why he don't vote, because it doesn't help. The fact that he's a retiree, he got money, but he still cannot afford to live in decent housing. How you doing today, Jim? We're down here today. We just want to see the conditions of the people. I see a lot of homelessness down here, a lot of people out of houses. What kind of situation are you in?
I'm homeless.
You homeless?
Yeah.
And what caused you to be homeless?
I got out of prison recently, and then I just haven't been able to get back into the, you know what I mean? I don't have an ID. I don't have birth certificate, and stuff like that. I'm just trying to, I don't know. I don't have a lot of choices, you know what I mean? I can't get a job right now. I'm trying to work little jobs or like side jobs and stuff.
What do you believe if you go vote that your situation will turn around if you go vote?
Well, I mean, everybody matters, because, if everybody does it, then yeah, you feel me? But
so the people that's been voted for and put in office, do you think, are they out here doing anything to help the situation, to help the people that's homeless?
Nah. I was living up there on Buford Highway and City Market. They had a tent city, right? But they just came and tore it down and bulldozed it. You feel me?
Oh, so the government officials came and bulldozed the tent city, so they increased you guys from being homeless. So now you guys can't even live in a tent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't that motivate you to want to go vote more?
Yeah.
So,
this was right.
So you believe that the voting would be the answer?
Yeah. See, a lot of times I haven't voted because I haven't been keeping up with, things, or like who's doing what, and I didn't feel like I could make an educated, because I don't have a TV, I don't have, you know what I'm saying?
So you don't know who you're voting for?
Right.
So what would you want to say, if you had some words you can say within 30 seconds to your newest politicians that's running for mayor, governor, or elected officials, what would you say to them?
Yeah, man, it's real out here, bro. Like, people need help. A lot of people, not just me. A lot of homeless people around here, man. And it's hard to get out of that once you're in it. Sometimes.
Hey, we want to start off by asking you, how did you get in a homeless situation? Were you laid off, or is the cost of living too high?
Yeah, the cost of living is too high.
The cost of living is too high.
Especially in Georgia.
Why do you say the cost of living is too high in Georgia?
I ain't priced the rent, but the grocery store is about 5 or 6 times the going rate on 60 eggs at Walmart.
So earlier you were saying how much you used to spend on eggs?
Oh, $3 and some change. It was $2.99 before the pandemic.
$2.99.
Yeah.
So how much are eggs now?
In Decatur, Georgia, they're about $21 with tax included.
$21.
So I guess that's about 7 times the going rate.
So do you believe the people you voting for and your elected officials are going to come out here to be able to put things in place to help you?
I don't know if they can afford the eggs.
So if you had opportunity,
eggs was everything.
But if you had an opportunity to say something to one of these people that's running and saying elect me, what would you say?
At least one day a week, everything at Walmart for free. Especially the eggs.
Brother, with the state of homelessness here in Georgia, What does this situation look like here in Georgia for all these homeless people?
Look real bad, man. Yeah, look bad. Try to clean it up, or open up buildings and put them in.
So, I mean, do you think if, all the homeless people get out and vote, you think that will help their situation?
No,
You don't think voting is the answer?
no.
Why
Because
not?
that's the case, they'll have somewhere to stay.
So all these elected officials, you mean to tell me they're not really out here helping the people?
No,
How long you been in Georgia?
I'm from Atlanta, raised and born here.
And you don't see nothing changing about the situation
No.
for the people?
No.
So, I mean, would you encourage people to get out and vote for these elected officials?
Yeah, I would, because I voted.
You voted, and did it help you with your situation?
No.
So-
I'm like this, and to be truthful with you, the richer get richer and the poor get poor.
So you mean to tell me all this voting and it ain't helping nobody?
No.
So
And
we're
that's
here
the
today in
truth.
Atlanta, Georgia. Have you noticed the state of homelessness and the homeless people that's sleeping out around the city?
I haven't lived in the city for super long, so I can't comment on like how it's changed. But there's a lot of people who aren't able to find places to stay that are safe at night. And I walk past Woodruff Park every morning and every night after I go back to work, and there's so many people, and it's like I don't know how everybody else can seem to ignore it. Like it's something I'm thinking about all the time while I'm in work, and then like I'm gonna leave, and I know the people that sit in their certain spots and stuff, and it's like they're too used to it. We're all too used to it. It's become excessively normalized, and I think that's just the saddest thing about all. Because it's normalized, nothing is really done to change it.
What do you think about the fact that there's a man right around the corner that stated that he has retired, he has a check, he gets an income, but the cost of living is just way too high, so he's forced to be out here?
That sounds about right. Unfortunately, that sounds like the way the system is set up to go. And the support systems that are in place don't address the root causes of the problem, so the people that are having issues continue to have issues, and then there's more and more of them. And the cost of living is hurting everybody. Like even the people that can afford to actually have a roof over their heads, they can barely afford it. Like I don't know almost anybody that's doing all right with their housing payment. So it's like if you are lucky enough to be in a house or apartment right now, like good for you. But we all know we're just a paycheck or two away from not having a place to stay too. Like you lose your job, like we're all that close to it.
So what, don't you feel excited about all these elected officials? I mean, don't you feel like if you go out and vote, that will help the situation?
I mean, to some extent, I guess it depends on the official. Like, some officials, like, they definitely are being donated to by, developers and other companies that have a vested interest in keeping the cost of living high. I think you need to actually directly go at why the cost of living is so high and like actually pass legislation that fights that specifically, and not just, okay, well, we're gonna do these things so we don't actually have to address the root cause of the problem. But the root cause of the problem is money in politicians' pockets. We know this. And the problem is that both sides will say it and they'll just point to the money in their opponents' pockets. But like the fact of the matter is neither side wants to fix homelessness.
With the way things going on out here, all these homeless people, we gotta pray, because it's got a whole bunch of empty buildings, vacant buildings, properties owned by the city. Do you think they really care about the people? They say in God we trust, but the question is, which God are they talking about? Because the love of the true God will actually help those that are homeless. This is what Jesus commands us to do in Matthew chapter 25. Peace. This is your brother Jay Leon.